Hello students, a very good evening to everyone. Let us start with the subject self-development and art appreciation. Today we will see the fifth chapter, art appreciation, that is visual art. Let's understand the beauty in art. So here some questions are given, that is yes or no questions. You have to tell the answer whether it is yes or no. Okay, the first question we have, did you ever find yourself humming a song or dancing when you were happy? Yes. Is it? Sometimes when we feel very happy, that times we feel like we do dance, or we are dancing when we are happy. So the next question we have, did you ever feel like mimicking somebody while talking about him or her? Usually the people, when they talk about someone, they enact the way they are talking. That is nothing but mimicking. So yes, usually people do this. The second, did you ever find yourself enjoy telling or listening to an interesting story? Yes, when we listen or when we tell an interesting story, that time we enjoy very much. So these all are the questions which show that everybody has a specific heart inside them, just they have to develop it. There is a natural drive within all of us to express ourselves. Self expression is as vital as breathing to live. It is how we interact with others and the world that is most important. Sometimes, to express ourselves completely, we turn to art. Art is a natural part of us. We can show our feeling or we show our imagination through the art. It can be painting, it can be song, it can be anything. That is it can be anything, creativity. So let us see what is an art. A simple definition of the art by the renowned artist Sri Devi Prasad is every act done with a sense of beauty, grace and human relevance is a art. This means that whatever you do, if you do it beautifully, gracefully, and if human beings can relate to it, you create an art. In a way, there is an artist in all of us. Whether or not we are aware of it, we simply need to develop that artist in us. That's it. Finding art in a day to day life. A life will be very dull and boring if there is no art in it. Art brings beauty, joy, and color to life. Cartoon is one such art form that we see every day. So, here the picture is given. Only two pictures are there, but we can have the idea of the story behind this picture. Now, the first picture we have, the father is saying to son, today you might not understand, but someday you will be understand the value of this thing in your life. So in the second picture, the son is appreciating, or son is very thankful for the dad. He's saying thank you, Papa. Why he said thank you? Because in the past the father was developed, that planted that saplings, and that grown into a huge tree in future. So what he had done for in the past is becoming very useful for in future. So by these two pictures we can identify the actual story behind this cartoon. So hope you understood this. The next is appreciating the different art forms. So here we have the medium of creating art like music, dance, drama, poetry, painting, embroidery, etc. are called art forms. The mastery of 64 traditional forms of art known as Chausat Kala formed an important basis in the development of cultured individual in many parts of ancient India. However, we will study the broad classification of art in the following two forms. The first is visual art, the second is performing arts. The visual arts are the art forms such as drawing, painting, sculpture, printmaking, embroidery, craft, photography, video, filmmaking, literature, and architecture. These all are the visual form of arts. The next is performing art. Here, the performing arts are those forms of art in which individual people perform separately or together. The artist's own body, face, and presence is needed for this type of performance. Performing arts may include dance, music, opera, theatre, musical theatre, magic, illusion, mime, spoken words, puppetry, circus arts, recitation, and public speaking. In this chapter, we will only learn about visual arts and its basic elements. Now let's see finding art in nature. The nature itself is very creative. We can find out many creativity by using natural things. Now here the one activity is given. Form groups of students. Each group should take time to look at the trees and plants around the school and their homes. Each group should then collect leaves, flowers and fruits having different colors and shades and try to make a beautiful color wheel like it is given beside that. This type of wheel we have to make, that color wheel. Now color combination. This you maybe have already studied in drawing, that the main reason why we can see so many different colors in nature is light. You know that. It is important to know about color combinations in order to create an appealing visual art. Okay, now let's see the combination of different colors. The first one we have primary colors. Red, yellow and blue are called primary colors. They cannot be created by combining any other colors. So the second one we have secondary colors. This can be created by combining any two different colors. For example, if I'll combine red and yellow, the resultant color will be orange. So in this way you can uh, form a new colors by using any two different or primary colors. The next is tertiary colors. These are obtained by combining one primary color and one secondary colors. This is known as tertiary colors. Now let's see creating natural colors. Okay, so there are so many things around us. From that we can make a color. Colors could be made out of many natural ingredients around us. For example, red color could be obtained from beetroot, green from spinach and yellow from turmeric. Try to make as many colors as possible from natural ingredients around you. Just write down the ingredients, natural ingredients from which the color is obtained. Just give more examples in and write in your notebook. The next is finding shapes and figures in stones. Since ages, human beings have been influenced and inspired by the colors, patterns, sound and changing seasons in nature. The more we connect with nature, the more we start observing and admiring the beauty in nature, and we start developing an eye for beauty. This is in turn gets reflected in that art that we create. Thus, to create beautiful art, one must first observe and learn from nature. Creativity. Okay, creativity means what? The creation which we have made. For example, here the first art is given as hand art. By using hands, we showed many creativity. They have given examples over here. By using the print of hand, the birds are made. Okay, here one more example is given, sculpture. Sculpture is nothing but a design or pattern drawn or carved on a stone is called sculpture. So you can use a soap bar or chalk piece or crayons etc. and use a divider, compass or scissor to carve out a pattern or shapes in them. Making different things, toys, fruits, utensils from clay is also called sculpture. Just try show your creativity or on by drawing or carving any design on given things like soap bar, chalk piece or crayons etc. Carving designs. Just as you carve different designs on chalks, crayons or soap bars, beautifully carved designs can be seen on different religious structures in India. Try to find and observe one such structures in your area also. Here some examples are given like Sun Temple, which is located in Konark. Jain temples, it is located in many parts of India. Taj Mahal, which is located in Agra, it is also done excellent carving on this. The Golden Temple, which is located in Amritsar. Basilica of Bom Jesus, which is located in Goa. All this show the great carving of designs, visual art. Now let's see more about visual art. Here, two-dimensional mediums. Visual art is divided into three parts: two-dimensional medium, three-dimensional medium, and electronic art. Now let's see first two-dimensional medium. Painting with oil, acrylic, charcoal, pastel, pencil, or watercolor. You can use anything for this two-dimensional medium. Developing photograph, posters, lithograph, silk screen, cartoon, comic, mehendi, rangoli, glass paintings. These all are the examples for two-dimensional medium, which has only length and breadth. It doesn't have any thickness. You must be studied in max what is two-dimensional object and three-dimensional object. Two-dimensional means which can be seen, or only the length and height we can see that. The thickness is will not be there. The next is electronic art, making computer art, video, web art, photograph, poster, making computer cartoons or comic or animations. These all are the examples for electronic art. We need some devices to draw electronic art. Three-dimensional mediums, sculpting. Now I explained you that sculpture means that carving anything or a design on the stone is called sculpture. Wood carving, which is carved on a wooden object. Etching, stained glass mosaic, stage setting, tapestry, embroidery, weaving, etc. These all are the examples for three-dimensional medium. 5 elements of visual art. All visual art, whether two-dimensional like a painting or three-dimensional like a sculpting, are made up of one or more of 5 elements of art. These elements are basic building blocks of any art. The final art piece would depend upon how these elements have been used by the artist. Now let's see the first line. Lines can be used for a wide range of purposes, stressing on a word or phrase, connecting content, creating patterns, and more. Lines can be used to create the effect of depth or distance. For example, lines which start from the same point meeting the origin, rails of a railway, etc. These all are the examples for lines. Next is shape. The three basic types of shapes are geometric, that is circles, squares, triangles, etc. Natural, leaves, trees, people, etc. And abstract, that is icons, stylization, and graphic representation. So the main three shapes are geometric, natural, and abstract. These are used creativity to make visually pleasing and high catching designs. The next is color. Color is used to generate emotions, definite importance, create visual interest. It is referred to as hue. It is also used to highlight an area in an artwork. The next is light and shadow. Depending on the amount of light falling on an object, the shadow of the object or the shadow falling on the object changes. Giving a thought to the light and shadow becomes extremely important in realistic artwork. So here the one example is given for light and shadow work. Texture. Texture refers to the how an object feels when we touch it. Objects could be smooth, rough, sharp, blunt, etc. If these textures could be captured as they are, the artwork may seem more realistic and appealing to the observer. So these all are the 5 elements which are very important and basic building blocks of any art. Hope you understood this much. If you have any doubts regarding this topic, you can ask in doubt clearing section. The remaining portion, the remaining part we will do in next period. Till then, be safe and be happy. Thank you.